are, guys. The second time at Social Capital. A little different scenario. Last time was
outside this time.
Yeah. Last time was Christmas, which was kind of cool. But now we're dealing with the Thunder playoffs. So the scene is just live down here.
It is a nice evening as
It's
well.
a great evening.
Packed house.
Yeah. There's a lot of losers to talk about. That will probably take up most of the podcast, to be honest. Hi, Bobby. How are you? Hey, we're recording, by the way, just so you know. But hey, feel free to sit with us. We're not live, but we're recording.
Oh, we're just recording.
So yeah, we all need beers.
You want me to run them?
You're welcome to sit with us.
Do you want to chat?
What's up?
Do you want to chat?
Sure. Yeah, why not? You grab a beer first.
Yeah, go ahead. Go for
I don't
it.
know if we'll hear him.
All right, so what should we start with first?
Yeah,
Liverpool?
so-
Everton?
Well,
The Derby?
we did have FA Cup over the weekend, which
Oh,
we didn't
boy.
talk about yet.
That's true.
Wow.
We
That's
did
true.
preview it, and it went one of our ways, and the other way it didn't.
Barely.
Barely.
I mean, like, by a toenail. Literally.
I think
trying
it
to-
was a toenail, actually, yeah.
I'm trying to remember the City-Chelsea match. What was the score? Seriously.
1-0.
1-0. Okay.
We had a lot of chances, didn't take them. Nico Jackson's getting good at that.
You know what really frustrated me was Chilwell not passing, I think, to Sterling at the end of the game.
Yeah, he
Chilwell
missed
was like
opportunities
running down the
well.
wing and just didn't even pass
I was
it.
talking to him about that. He had a lot of space out there.
Yeah. I was like, what is Chilwell doing?
Final product was awful. Yeah.
That was our chance. The Knicks City in a cup semifinal, they were kind of defeated. We played well, but like I said, they're the better team, so you never know. I predicted 4 goals. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
And it just kind of, a goal at the end there by Silva, kind of a loose ball scenario. He just kind of whacked at it and goes in. We couldn't respond. And
Up close goal. It was deflected, right? I mean,
you don't take your chances, though, and you leave City hanging
Absolutely.
around, something's going to happen.
quite frankly, every time you played them this year, you played them well. So
Right.
it wasn't a surprise, which would eventually will lead us into your Knicks match. But so yeah, that was a pretty dull match by
Yeah, there was
FA Cup semifinal standards, being at Wembley.
Especially versus the other match. But yeah, in my opinion, you guys should have won. I mean, the chances you created.
We all played him for a while, but Cole Palmer didn't take over the match like he usually. Well,
I think they were focused on him. Though.
right. They have to zero in on him, so he wasn't able to take over like we've been able to rely on, I guess, in the past. So we needed somebody else to step up, and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But I don't usually expect to beat City in a semi like that. It kind of sucked. I don't know if you saw Thiago Silva started, played the full match, but looks like that's his last time ever stepping Wembley.
Absolutely.
Is what it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was that the last time?
Yeah.
We're probably going to give Bobby a little microphone here if you want to chime in. Are you going to the game?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
No chat. Yeah.
Okay.
New guest.
Well, it's always nice to have a couple Spurs on,
Oh, yeah.
gang up on the other guy.
Yeah.
Not that
No,
it really matters.
as much crap you guys have to take from everybody else,
Right.
you probably need to stick together. You know,
Cheers.
power in numbers.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Wait,
North
just
London
cheers
Derby.
this
Yeah.
Spurs guy. What the hell was that?
I don't know. Well, it's North London Derby week too, so. you
Yeah,
know.
true. So basically, we just covered the FA Cup semifinals, Chelsea, Man City,
Right.
which leads into which was a cracker of a game, Man United and
Sunday
Coventry,
match, yeah.
which I'm sure everybody watched it. 3-0
Yeah.
United. Coventry makes a run, 3-0, scores a goal in added time, which that line.
Hey,
you tell me.
so here's my thing.
Why'd you guys stop
Against
playing?
against Arsenal, Garnacho had the same exact sort of line drawn on him, and they called that goal off. So I'm just saying, at least VAR was consistent there. Now, what's
Okay.
Consistently
inconsistent?
bad.
What's inconsistent is the stupid Bernardo Silva or Jack Grealish.
Yeah.
Deliberate, in my opinion, that's
Same
deliberate
match.
handball. He moved his hand down, blocked it. They
He's in
don't
the wall.
call it.
He's in the wall too.
Exactly. They don't call it. But then Wan-Bissaka is diving backwards and apparently is supposed to dive with his hands behind his back.
Yeah, it's a mess.
And they call that a handball.
It's a complete
that's,
mess.
That's a joke. So, look, yes, United played like crap for the last 20 minutes. Coventry deserved, and I would have been
They came out of the
perfectly
second half
fine.
and played much better.
They did. They changed from a back 5 to a
Yeah,
back
they
4,
had to
and it
switch
changed
stuff
everything.
up.
But we still took the lead, and I thought dominated for the first 20-ish minutes, and then they took off after that. But if they went through, I would have been fine with it. I thought they deserved it.
That's one of those where like we don't deserve to
Yeah,
go
exactly.
through.
It was embarrassing. Like we didn't deserve it, so it would have been fine had they gone through. I'm glad we're in the final, but it was like that winner that I thought went in, I was like, hey, fair play to Coventry.
I'll give you a funny happening with that. Is Tyler Vaughn tapped out right away when that fourth goal.
Did he
went in.
really?
He's like, tap me out. He walks up to the bar, and all of a sudden VAR gets involved. He steps back a little bit. Next thing you know, PKs.
That was the closest of closest.
It
you could
really
find on
was.
the
Oh yeah,
Big time.
I mean, by that, just that.
There was
much.
fans
Yeah.
at the game that were running back into the stadium.
Yes.
They said they thought it was done.
It was a
Very
beautiful, Coventry did beautifully on the counter. Their movement from the back all the way down the pitch was beautiful in the second half there when they were making their comeback.
They had to.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you guys are selling it out going forward a little bit. But,
Yeah, you're down 3-0.
But
you
even
gotta
so,
do
for a championship level team,
Yeah.
I thought they were fantastic on the day at least. I haven't watched them all season.
No, yeah, that final 20 minutes, I mean, they took it to us, and it was credit to them. They did a great job.
fun
United
match.
is depleted, though. Like, we have one center back out of 6 healthy.
Yeah,
Casemiro's having to
started
play
at center
in
back.
center back. We don't have any true defensive midfielders now, so it's just like a mess. It's a mess. Yeah, and we don't have any left backs either to top off, only having one center back. So our defensive line is just in shambles. But
Yeah.
we're getting away with it, sort of.
Yeah. One of the better
so-
matches of the year, quite
It
frankly,
was
from an
fun.
entertainment standpoint.
Oh, from a neutral standpoint, that would have been great to watch.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh yeah.
So
We were supposed to play Spurs on Saturday, I believe, originally, but we had the FA semifinals, so the match got rescheduled.
The last Saturday.
Yes,
correct.
but I think
yeah.
we were supposed to play you guys last.
And we were supposed to play
weekend.
City. We're getting bumped a lot. We were supposed to play City
Yeah.
recently or whatever. Which, if we can prolong that, the better. That's great.
Well,
is that?
frankly, I believe it's in a couple weeks. It's on a Thursday.
Oh wow.
I
I
think
guess we got phones.
second to last game of the year. I think it's actually Spurs' last home match. So I don't know. Weirdly enough, Tottenham will be very pivotal in the championship race. Maybe less so
Yes.
now that
Yeah.
Liverpool completely crapped the
I
bag.
guess that's the transition is that
But-
Tottenham does hold a lot of influence on how the table of the top 5
play
ends
everybody.
because we've got who? Chelsea, City, Liverpool, Arsenal.
Right.
For our last 4. I think we have another game, but overall,
Burnley, I think to
we-
wrap
we
it up. No,
could,
Sheffield United to wrap it
we
up.
could really fuck somebody over.
Right. Well, and I don't know if I subscribe to the idea that we should bring out our U16s for City. I don't. That'd be bad, pretty bad sportsmanship. That being said, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if Manchester City beat us that day. There have been worse losses I've seen this year.
We've got the North London Derby coming up, which we had a week off. We had a bye, so to speak. So fresh legs off a horrible loss was it Fulham? I'm not even trying to think back that far. It was
Newcastle. Yeah.
4-0.
It was one of those classic 6-8. Well, for us, 6 a.m. Just crap, disaster.
in case anybody's wondering, that's Cody Ross.
Russ.
Cody Russ playing in the background, so shout out to him. He's doing a great job.
Jamming.
Yeah, he's killing it.
We invited him to be on the podcast, so to speak.
Yeah.
So to
This
sing.
is us. This
So
is
to
our
sing.
invitation.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
But speaking of your Spurs, you guys host Arsenal
Yep.
on Sunday.
Yep.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I don't know
It's a
You
big
guys
one.
could do the funniest
what
thing
to
ever.
think. Yeah, I would love that to be the funniest thing ever. But
I don't know. Everton winning today
God,
is a little
that-
funnier, but
Yeah.
That checked one box for neutral fans.
It would be the least surprising upset in a rivalry game this week, just because of what Everton did.
Yeah.
So, maybe takes a little bit of the sting out of it, but also it'd be pretty great. It's impossible to not beat Arsenal and it not be great, but given the circumstances.
admittedly, Arsenal's pretty good, and you guys are at home. There's a lot of emotion. You know how it is. The momentum can carry the emotion can carry it. And obviously, we can lose to anyone. We can beat anyone.
Right.
So who the hell knows?
Well, I think
but I'm worried about it.
I think they are too, though. This is probably the last game they want in front of them at this moment.
Right.
They don't want to be messed with.
and they always seem to kind of die off at the end of the season. So I kind of wonder if you guys get the first goal, if their mentality kind of just isn't strong enough to come back.
Yeah.
I will say, I would have liked Chelsea to put up a little bit of a fight. They were,
I got
that was a
nothing for
scrimmage
you.
for them. 6-0, disaster.
Yeah, so let's go to that game yesterday. Trent, what was that like?
I posted on the EPL page. I want to see the lineup before I talk any shit whatsoever.
Yeah,
so what's up with Palmer? Why didn't he play?
I guess he was illness. I guess he's probably just exhausted. Just like I can't carry this shit team anymore. I need some rest. But they said it was illness. I saw him and a right back, Malo Gusto was out, and I was like, this is not going to be a good day.
Gusto's been good for you guys.
Right, and he's been a plug and play for Reece James, which has helped out a lot. So we had to start our 19-year-old academy guy out there, and it was a recipe for disaster.
Gilchrist?
Yeah. It was 1-0 at half. They got an early goal.
You guys held them after that.
I was optimistic to think we maybe could make a sub and change the match first 15 minutes. That did not happen.
It got ugly.
Did not happen.
Friggin' avarice. Where'd this guy come from?
Well,
I mean, we all know what he can do, but his final product has always been crap. Now it's not.
He was really good.
His final product in the Bundesliga was there, though. He just hasn't had it in the EPL.
Got enough good players around him now, I guess.
We were terrible, but they were also great. Odegaard ran the match.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Ben White scores 2 goals. Like what the hell? Yeah.
One of them was lucky, but yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of bang bang.
But they were on one. I mean, once the floodgates open, it's open. I mean, and it gets uglier and uglier. And even when you guys had chances to put a goal in or two, like Jackson shoots off the side of the net,
right
it's
in
like,
front of the guy. Yeah.
So didn't hurt my feelings, but it kind of did because I need Arsenal to
We're
lose.
not any good, but that
You guys created some
that
chances.
was a very,
though.
very bad lineup from us.
Yeah. You still created some chances, though.
It was bad.
Not a lot, but I mean, you created some.
So here's the real
I
question.
think Enzo Fernandez is
Who
probably
gets? Oh, no, that's right.
the biggest waste of money in the Premier League right now.
Who gets most of the blame, Poch or the players?
Players for me.
Okay.
Look what he's dealing with. Well, everybody's excuse. We have 11. We have a full 11 injured right now. So he's playing. He's playing with our essentially second team in most positions. So I put that on the players. He's got a shit squad to put out every week.
Yeah.
He's only dealing with what he has. So
Yeah.
I'll hold my judgment. I say this now until we get some guys healthy and he's playing with a full deck.
It's
I'll
not
put it that
like
way.
teams don't get beat 5-0. It's a little more noticeable when it's Chelsea Arsenal when it's a
Yeah.
London
Right.
derby.
That shows how far
like
off
we
we
got
are.
beat 4-0 by Newcastle. Of course, people are going to notice because we're always the butt of the jokes.
right.
But that's only 1 goal difference.
Boo-hoo, Dave.
I've got tough skin, man.
But no credit to them, they kicked our ass, and
Yeah, they
we're not
did.
very good, and they're pretty good right now.
I feel the same way with Ten Hag and Man United, though. I feel like it's the players. I mean, you should be able to take off your goalkeeper if you want to at 3-0 with 20 minutes to go and control the game. And United couldn't even do that. We literally made 2 substitutions in Mainu and Garnacho, the youngest players on the pitch, and they just fell to crap. And it's a joke. But people want to blame the manager, and I'm like, don't get me wrong, he's making mistakes, but
You're also playing with Casemiro at center back.
Right. It's injuries as well, but I feel like these players, it's like, this is a joke. Like, I hope there's a mass exodus of like 10 players in
I'm
the summer.
same way.
Yeah, just get rid of
Gotta
so
figure
many
out how to get
players.
some of these guys out.
And I'd be okay with them demoting Rashford at this point and just put another forward.
If somebody wants to.
Oh, that's how I feel.
Pay money for
If PSG comes in with 100 million or 90 million,
God,
I'm
you
like,
take that in a
Which
heartbeat.
they
Yeah.
should
take
not.
it. Take it.
You take that in a heartbeat.
And I love Rashford, so I hate saying that.
Yeah,
I would like to see him come good, but right now, in this
time
whole
might be up.
season, it's been bad.
Martial's the same way. Like he's been there for 9 years.
Oh, he's done.
Terrible attitude.
Like those guys have ran their
Terrible
course
attitude.
maybe at that club.
Yeah.
He keeps
They need to change the
he keeps
scenery.
getting brought
Well,
up for Spurs.
Casemiro and Varane
really?
might be done too. I mean, and I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay. Like, let's get younger guys in that we can develop and build on.
Yeah. And I will say, Mourinho, even though I don't exactly subscribe to the fact that he's still a genius anymore, was talking recently about like, yeah, we should have just like, there are like 5 guys on that United squad that I would have like gotten out years ago.
Yeah, he's right.
So
Yeah, he's right.
He is
Although
right on
he
that.
hates Shaw, and I never understood why he hates Shaw. I like Shaw, and I've always liked Shaw. And he's had some bad games and stuff, but I mean, like the way that he would rip on Shaw. I mean, I just don't think he was as robotic as Mourinho likes. You know, he likes those type
There
of
was a
players.
story this week about Schweinsteiger that he made him practice for the U16s.
Yes.
So there wasn't ever any rhyme or reason. If Mourinho made up his mind about a guy,
But that wasn't Mourinho apparently because John Murtaugh came out, the football director, came out and told Schweinsteiger. I listened to that interview and I was like, what a
Pretty good.
joke.
Schweinsteiger was laughing about it though.
Well,
but it was so bad.
He's a World Cup champion. He can do that.
Yeah, but it's such a bad look for United. Just that's how they handle things. But that's what happened under Ed Woodward and the idiots like the Glazers. So hopefully that'll start to change.
I try to analyze United. It's just so crazy, and I'm like, the best thing I come out of that's not Manchester United. It's just a team out there. I don't know who they are. I mean, you can beat Liverpool.
That's why I want Ten Hag to stay, because I think he'll set standards and an identity.
Yeah.
And then we can try to you know what I mean, create a culture and try to move on. I'm sounding like Coach Gundy right now, because Gundy's all about culture. He always talks
Cowboy culture.
Cowboy culture.
So Ten Hag's going to show up with a mullet next year.
I sure hope so. I would love it.
It's going to take a long time. It's going to take 3 months.
I hope he flies Gundy in so they can talk about culture and how to create a team atmosphere and everything.
Bobby, you're the only one not wearing shades.
Well, yeah, I made the right move, clearly. So, I will say, not to talk about Ted Lasso, but Mike Gundy coaching Manchester United, I would see that. I'd pay to see that. Be like, yeah, we're going to teach you how to catch rattlesnakes.
House is up for sale.
Good who knows? The Glazers might be going after it.
That would be interesting. That is for sure. He'd be so out of his depth.
KSBI would pick it up. Maybe.
Jesus.
Yeah, KSBI. Yeah. Well, Bobby, what makes you a Spurs fan?
It has been an interesting journey. So I started watching in 2020.
So you're a new fan.
Pretty new, yeah. It feels like I'm new, and then I realized I was like almost 4 years ago, and it feels a little less new. It ages you, I tell you what.
Being a Spurs fan, yeah.
Yeah. So I started watching.
And the pub itself.
Yeah, it's Skinnies. It's like it's like that beach that makes you old, and that one crappy horror movie. Yeah. So.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah. So I started rooting for Spurs in 2020, right after. Well, it was day one of the Premier League coming back. Frankly, I had missed sports so bad, and I missed gambling, and my friends were like, you know what? We're going to bet on this game. Everyone, weirdly enough, I'm sure you remember, and you remember, game one was...
Trent probably doesn't.
You don't. It was Tottenham and Manchester United to start off the season, and Spurs scored an early goal.
Was that the slap game, and you guys won 6-2?
No. That was like... that was the next season, still COVID.
2021? Okay.
No, it ended up being like a 1-1 draw, I think.
Oh, okay.
But there was like an early Spurs goal. All my friends were pissed off because they bet on United. And I said, you know what? I'm going to be a Tottenham fan. The first thing my friend said, longtime Chelsea fan, said, you're going to regret this. I've dealt with the Mourinho thing. Have fun. And ever since then, just stuck it out, kept watching. Once the world started to open up.
He's a diehard.
Yeah.
So loyal.
It started as kind of a joke, and then,
It's still a joke.
It's still a joke.
By the end of it, I fell in love with the team, and once things started to open up, met Dave. Coincidentally, the day after, I think an OUK State, whatever the OUK State loss is. So that's how you know the friendship was still good, because it didn't go to hell in a handbasket from day one. But yeah, that's my journey. Started out as just an idiot who was excited about ball go in, so it's developed over the years.
That's cool though.
Still a bit of a greenhorn when it comes to everything, but I don't know. I've watched enough Spurs to understand.
So you like Harry Kane's biggest fan?
Not really.
Not really.
I mean, I don't hate him. I'm not like. I would like him. It would be cool if he came back. I don't harbor any ill will. I understand why
he
does
come back. What if he just says
all the scenarios?
Apparently, there's a buyback.
Still lead up to us not winning shit. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He can't win it.
He goes to Bayern Munich, who's won 11
It
in a
leads
row.
up to us winning another Audi Cup.
There we go.
There you go.
Hey, that's probably in June or July, so you got a few months.
You can take the man out of Tottenham, but you can't take the Tottenham out of the man.
Hey, bite your tongue. Eric Dyer shut down Arsenal. We all know this.
That was a good watch.
I guess it will turn things if somehow Bayern Munich win the Champions League and he gets that title.
I hope they do, actually.
That would be cool.
I mean, we're talking Champions League now. I mean, who cares about the rest of the EPL right now?
We'll get to it.
Okay, so are we sure that 5 is off the table coefficient-wise? Are we like, is England mathematically eliminated?
Overtook it, right?
6.
So I know we're out right now.
Because Dortmund and Bayern are both in the Champions League.
Yeah.
So I don't know if 5 is out for good or...
I heard something, though, that if somehow England gets the coefficient and City win the FA Cup, then 6th place It's Champions League or
City
something?
have to win the FA Cup for the 6th spot to get Europa League.
Oh, to get Europa? Oh, okay.
So you should be rooting for...
I don't care, man. I don't care. Conference or I could give a crap. I don't care.
Right. No. That conference stuff
By
is
like,
awful.
what, 100,000?
Conference will suck.
Well, we'll probably get Europa League. Like right now, Villa's playing pretty well. They beat Arsenal. I forget who else they played, but they played 2 more games than us.
Right.
But again, as we mentioned earlier, our strength of schedule is brutal. So either we're just going to play shit spoiler and just go wild because who cares? City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, and we run through that pretty well, or who knows? So probably 5th place is a guarantee at the very lowest,
Right.
unless we just ship them in.
Right.
Are you guys 6th place?
Now,
Okay.
after today, because
But
Newcastle
there's
lost.
still quite a gap,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So
10-point gap, I believe.
we
Something
would
like
have
that.
to really melt down, which could happen.
But I don't know.
7
there's some
now.
I
wins.
think
So
we
we'll
have
be
a game
playing-
in hand.
game in hand.
I
We'll
think
be
we have a
playing
game
in
hands.
Bucharest on Thursday nights, if that's your answer.
Perfect.
Well, especially with Udogie out, not
Yeah,
great.
They'll be all right there. I think Davis
Ben Davies.
and Emerson, they're fine.
Yeah.
They're not like the problems you have where you have to throw in some 19-year-old. We've got at least Udogie, our left back, is out for the season. He had surgery, and so
Oh,
Right.
really?
Davies is a
Yeah,
veteran.
major surgery? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
It's like
Yeah.
quad, something like that.
Yeah, it's a quad.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
dang. He was doing well, too.
Davis is
Yeah.
fine. I mean, he's not going to really make mistakes.
Yeah.
If he's going to get beat on speed, he contains well.
Yeah.
I think we'll be all right.
Pedro Porro back in training this week, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah,
Hopefully
yeah.
back
So-
for the North London Derby, but you never know.
Yeah. Exciting
So,
times,
Are you
man.
guys going to win or what?
Arsenal,
What's the prediction here?
you go first, Bobby.
I
Ryan, I
8 a.m. 8 a.m.
I mean,
No, we need Ryan over here.
Look, as much as I would love a win, I feel like this just has a draw written all over it. I don't know. I feel like, and I feel like I'd be okay with that, all things considered.
Arsenal will be pissed.
Yeah, it would screw over Arsenal a little bit. I think it's realistic. I mean, this team has shown that when they're down, down significant players, they can go out and get a good result when needed. I mean, they drew City at the Etihad without just tons of players. So it's doable.
Yeah.
I think a draw feels likely. So.
I would take that. I'm worried about it. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we lost 2-1. I hate to say that, but God, if they're on, if Arsenal's on and they do what they do, we're still very predictable. We're moving in the right direction, but we're going to have 2 or 3 players actually step up and break through, and not just passing it around, not just doing our shape and our form. It's going to take some extra special guys to unlock the defense and be unpredictable to where they're on their heels and we score. We did that at the Etihad or at Emirates. We did that.
Yeah.
So it's going to take that again. Madison really had a good game earlier in the season. So I guess that would be one player I would really point to that needs to step up his game in this match.
And it's been a while since we've had a James Madison game.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like,
It was a bad injury and
Yeah.
took him a while to get back, but ever since he's been back, he's been not bad, but not breakthrough. Wow, he's like he was earlier in the season.
right.
Sometimes injuries do that. Sometimes the season just settles in.
All right, well, what's your prediction? Pick a score. Pick a score, Dave.
I hate to say this. I think we'll lose 2-1.
Bobby, what do you think?
2-2.
Trent?
I think it's a
you
draw.
got it?
Tottenham 3-2.
All right. There we go.
I lead 2-1 Arsenal. But I think there'll be goals. I could see 2-2.
Can you edit my part out so that the general public
Nope,
doesn't see it?
nope. It's there forever, Dave. You are going to be questioned as a true Spurs fan forever.
Okay.
Arguably, he's the most honest Spurs fan. You know.
He's just the president. He's just like a head figure. Doesn't really
Right. Yeah.
Political
He's
speak
just
all
there.
the time.
That are just really experienced and really skeptical and really negative.
She's been a Spurs fan for a long time.
Yeah, right. So, oh well.
Well, so what else happened today? Let's see. Crystal Palace beat Newcastle 2-0, which is big. I think it was at Palace.
Yes.
Oliver Glasner, that manager, the Austrian, he's turning that team around.
They're also healthy.
Yeah.
Their forwards are finally healthy.
Yeah, Mateta is playing well.
Well, Elise and Eze are back, and they're cooking. I hope United gets one of those guys.
And our boy Chris Richards at the back playing well.
Yeah.
He's been starting for
Eze
Palace
will not be at Palace next year. I don't know his
I don't think Elise
contract
will be
or
either.
whatever, but yeah,
Elise was rumored last transfer window
Right.
as well.
they're
Right,
a team
yeah.
you don't want to mess with right now.
Yeah, for sure. I think United still have to play them again.
Ooh, boy.
I think.
I can check here.
We
I
got
think we
them
do.
Glasner's second match in charge maybe, and it was tough, but we beat him. But he's taking hold there,
Yeah.
and they needed that because Palace, they love to just coast in 12th place, 13th place every year. They're never going down. They're never going to be in Europe,
Yeah.
and they're fine with that. And they have a lot of dead weight.
This was a weird good day for United, which has not happened a whole lot this season. We won. Liverpool lost and Newcastle lost, which puts us back up into 6th out of nowhere. So I was like, this is a weird day because we have not had these this season. Seems like we've crapped the bed.
Bournemouth
often
beat
than not.
Wolves 1-0
Bournemouth, yeah,
Yeah,
that was kind of a big one. For
On a
them.
red card, too.
on a red.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, City is away to Brighton.
Oh, that should be interesting.
Not an easy match.
No.
Brighton is just chameleon.
And Holland didn't play at the weekend, so he might be well rested.
Oh, so the United match was really weird. We gave up a stupid goal by Onana kicking it literally to their winger, and then he
Sounds
kicked it.
about right.
He kicked it into. Well, he hasn't done that most of the season, and then especially in the Premier League, and then all of a sudden he does that stupid gaffe, and then come out in the second half and it's 1-1, and they come out and just do a cutback pass, goes right between Wan-Bissaka's legs, and they just pop it in.
Yeah.
And then Bruno kind of took over after that. Got the PK, he got a great goal from outside the box, curled it inside the near post, and then he did a ridiculous side pass around the defender into Højlund's path, who then was able to kick it in. So it was a good ending, but we still look very iffy, just super iffy.
2 big wins against Coventry City and Sheffield United.
Huge. And then Burnley up next, It's
Wow.
That's a hell of a
Big
run.
time.
Taking down the Giants.
Boom.
Yeah.
Okay. There's
Yeah,
Chad.
I don't want to
though,
brag or anything.
Are you meeting Chad?
Oh, yeah. He's
Like
over
he
here.
said, United's up into 6th now.
Yeah.
Solely, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this table.
So I got to ask, by the way,
Ask away.
Is this the weakest Premier League? When is the last time the Premier League has been this weak overall? Because I feel like top to bottom, it's been a little shaky. Obviously, the performance in Europe hasn't been great. Out of the Champions League before the semis.
Probably right. This probably is the earliest we haven't had an England team in the semis of the Champions League or Europa
Yeah.
in a long time. I would say
Like 4 years?
I would
5
say
years,
Arsenal's
something.
pretty good, but I mean they got bounced by Bayern, who's kind of down. City's still good. They just got bounced up from Madrid. That's Madrid's tournament. So Liverpool, on their day, they're really good, but they can throw a clunker like they did today. So yeah,
They
you're
have
probably
been
right.
since the EFL Cup. They've fallen off since the EFL Cup.
You're probably
They're
right.
hanging on for dear life.
It's probably been a down year overall.
But they had a great game against Fulham, or at least a great result.
Yeah.
But they just look like, to me, they're not the up and comer. They've got a lot of veterans, and they've got a great manager. They've had a lot of success, but it's just slowly the dial's just getting turned down. And I want them to push through, or City. I don't give a damn which one it is. Again, we can't live in a world where Arsenal wins the title.
I'm okay with Arsenal. Klopp's farewell tour is going really well. It's going great.
Hate to see it.
Just got to care about,
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm telling you, I was pissing off the Liverpool fans when we played against them at Old Trafford a few weeks ago, and I was at Skinny's. I was just like, if y'all can't beat us in the crappy form we're in with all these injuries, y'all don't deserve the league. You don't deserve it.
Looks like
Tried to
it, 'cause they
warn
lost
them.
Everton.
Tried to warn them, and now they,
I'm just saying, it's a hard truth, but it's true. They don't deserve it. You got to come to United and beat us, and they couldn't do it. So.
You guys do get up for them, though.
Yeah, for sure.
There's
a lot of emotion and pride and what?
Innuendos, sexual innuendos.
Innuendo.
You want to go over Saturday's matches then, I guess?
Let's do that.
We got
Is there only one tomorrow?
Yes, City Riders tomorrow. That's the only match
that's it.
tomorrow.
Okay.
So that's a big Thursday freaking match.
This feels like a good time for me to bounce on out of the show. I'll be hanging out over here.
All right, Bobby.
All right,
Hey,
Bobby.
thanks for having me
on, Bobby.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, boss.
Thank you.
I don't know why I put my mic on like that.
No, that works.
All right, guys.
Yeah, Thunder up. Thunder up, y'all. Yes, we got West Ham, Liverpool, 6:30 a.m.
Oh gosh, is that in London?
Yeah, in London.
Hey, would you guys grab
West
Ryan
Ham.
for us? And see if we could
Liverpool's
get
right
a-
now looking
some
too
beers?
much forward to that.
No, that
Ryan?
could be an ugly game, quite honestly. West Ham, sometimes they just get bounced hard.
Yeah.
He's
and
up there.
sometimes they
Well, I don't know if I see
run
him.
on
He was over
emotion,
there.
right?
Got Fulham Palace, little London derby there.
I like that match.
No, it's all
actually.
good.
I think
see
that's a
him.
good match.
I'll point him out
I
if
would
I
watch
see him
that.
again.
It's a
Good
commoner
game,
match,
too.
but that's got some sparks to it. Fulham Palace, I think.
Well, that should be
a good
fun.
match.
Yeah, that should be
Derby,
fun.
It's a derby.
United hosts Burnley at 9 a.m.
Boy,
Should take
might be
that.
good for a
You
few
never
laughs.
know.
Yeah,
You never know. But
Might
it should
good
be a
for
win,
few
but you never know.
laughs. Yeah.
Newcastle Sheffield.
Oh, don't care.
That'll be a demolition.
Don't care.
Wolves host Luton.
Don't care. I mean, I care for Luton's sake as it relates to their
That'll be,
relegation battle.
I'd like
there.
them to stay up. yeah.
That'll be on notification only. There won't be any tuning in for that one.
Yeah, no.
Everton at Brentford 11:30.
You know,
Yeah.
Two
Relegation
teams that-
fight.
it's
Yeah,
a
they got-
background.
Although Everton probably saved their season
Yeah.
today.
That was
That's a
awesome.
background match. That's in the background while you're doing chores or something.
Well, the good match is the next one,
Well, it might be.
other than the London derby.
Chelsea's playing who?
Villa hosts Chelsea.
Okay.
That should be interesting.
I would imagine Cole Palmer's back. Hopefully Gusto's back.
You're at Villa Park?
Yeah.
Okay.
Villa's
did-
been on fire though.
We did beat them earlier in the season in a FA Cup
At,
match.
oh.
3-1.
You know, sometimes styles make matches.
We'll see.
And
That's it. They're
I
playing
mean,
well.
you all
though.
did well against Villa this year.
Yeah, we
So,
beat them both times.
Yeah, so-
Somehow.
They're playing
We
well.
beat
though.
Villa at Villa Park like 4-1, 4-0, something like that. So,
If we can get a draw, I'd be happy.
They might struggle with like the chaos teams like United and Chelsea.
yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Okay.
But, yeah, I mean, that's an intriguing match. There are all the reasons we talked about. You obviously have the potential to do something there, but what are you going to see? You know, how you showed up against City or how you showed up against
I
Arsenal?
better see Cole Palmer. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, right.
Then Sunday we got Bournemouth Brighton. Nah.
It's all right. I mean, again, don't care that much, but I'm sure it would be a good match.
Then Dave's match, North London Derby.
Boy,
8 a.m.
we covered that. That would be intense. I
That'll
mean,
be a-
despite the predictions, that's an intense match.
That'll
I mean,
be a
that's-
good crowd up there
There's
at
probably
Cities.
more at stake in that. It's been a while since Arsenal. Well, I guess they kind of made a title run last year, but I think they probably feel like they have more of a shot this year. They're currently top of the table.
Right.
So emotions will be running very high.
Yeah. It may not matter at this point, but you may want to button your shirt up so that way the mic's actually facing you.
Well, shit.
Might pull it.
We might have half of it just like getting music and nothing of Dave. There you go, Dave.
Then the last game Sunday, Forest hosts Man City.
That's demolition as well.
I think Forest will get put to the sword.
Gio Reyna brace
Okay.
stops City's title
I
run.
like where your head's at. That would be amazing.
I think that's cool. I mean, speaking of Forest, I guess they're incredibly pissed off about the.
Oh,
did they
big
play,
time.
Did they play Wolves? Whoever it was. 2 or 3 different
Everton.
VAR
It's
claims.
Did you see which player they were all against?
Ashley Young.
Actually,
All
yeah.
right, I love it. He'll never go
So
away.
you guys don't know this, but in the United group, I would rip on Ashley Young
Yeah.
for like probably 2 seasons in a row.
Yeah.
Almost every game. I'd be like, he is going to cost us a goal, just guarantee it. And every game, almost every game, he would do something. So when I saw that come out, I sent it to some United, like Kyle and some other guys, being like, an Ashley Young master class. One of those had to be a penalty. Like, I don't know how they
I
turned.
saw
know
one
which
and I was
one.
not.
One of them was.
I saw one and I was not convinced. I didn't think it was a penalty, but it probably the accumulative effect of already getting 2 calls that didn't.
One
go
of those,
their way.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
one of those is probably a pen. Like, what are they
Yeah.
doing?
So I guess what is this PMOGL? What is this? Their old
PMOL or whatever.
What is that? It's the Premier League.
They're like the
Bunch of
supervisor over the.
nerdy dorks inside of an office who don't understand the sport.
Which nerdy dorks are in charge of VAR? So
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
just not gonna matter,
They go hand in hand.
right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of a bold move to come out and basically say we're going to look at our options, which I don't know what their options are, but
Right.
they're
just
tweeting
making
about it.
They're making a story.
Yeah.
Well, a 3-in-1 match makes it a little bit more acceptable for like an organization to go, okay, well look at this. If it's just one, they're like,
Well, they're claiming that it was a Luton fan in charge of the VAR, and they talked to the EPL about it, and the EPL did nothing. But the EPL came out and said, you didn't talk to us about that. So there's a bunch of he said, she said, and no one's really sure who to believe.
okay.
Good luck to Forrest to do anything about it. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know
what are
what's
you
going to
gonna
come of that.
Don't know that I care that much, but
Hopefully they replay it,
it's
honestly.
definitely news.
Another match.
After the FA Cup, they just make them replay it.
Just a quick U.S. men's national team update. I don't know if you guys saw some
Oh,
videos.
yeah.
He messed up his knee. He's out for like 8 or 9 months.
Yeah, he's not going to be in the Copa
we'll see him at
America.
Copa America.
So who's the backup?
It's got to be Joe Scally, I guess.
Scally, is he right? He's on the right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's probably played both in Verholter's system, but yeah, in Germany he plays on the right, so he's going to step up.
He's not Dest, but he's not bad.
No, yeah, he's not bad. He's serviceable.
I mean, if he's getting minutes in the Bundesliga,
Yeah, hopefully he can
That's
stay.
good enough.
Shit, hopefully he stays healthy. Otherwise,
Right.
we're looking at DeAndre Yedlin or something like that.
right.
Oh boy.
But
Yeah, I saw that. Everyone's
summer's coming
very
up
bummed
close
about
with
it.
Euros and Copa America.
Yep.
Got to keep our eye on it. And tonight, by the way, the CONCACAF Champions Cup semifinal. We got one MLS team left in it, Columbus Crew.
Okay.
They're hosting Monterrey from Mexico tonight. So.
Who beat Monterrey? Beat Miami?
Yes, they knocked out Inter Miami last round.
Oh,
so-
wow. Was all the boys playing?
Yeah, they were actually
Okay.
Miami was all healthy, so
Okay.
it'd be nice to see Columbus advance. Might be tuning into that.
Was
before.
Columbus in the final last year? Did they win or get
They won it
runner-up?
last year.
MLS
They won it
final,
last year.
yes.
Okay, that's what I
So
thought.
they're not a bad squad. They got
Yeah.
a new coach, Wilfred Nancy. So
Okay.
I'll be rooting for the U.S. MLS team there.
But
And
yeah.
I'll also be rooting for what's going on across the street here a
Oh
little
boy.
bit, guys.
What
Game
is
two.
going on?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I
It's
don't
like
know.
a-
I was
It's like
I haven't noticed.
It's like an
something
and
up.
one convention or something.
Oh,
like that.
really? They're bringing that back?
Yeah.
Sweet.
at the
White
convention
Chalk,
center
yeah.
there.
Bring
Yeah.
out the professor, man. Let's go.
But yeah, Thunder up tonight, guys. Right?
That's right.
Pelicans are in
Absolutely.
town again, game 2, and we're here. It's a pretty cool setup. Dave's idea.
I don't know if it was my idea. I think it was one of
It
yours.
was, man.
I think it was your farts idea.
I just made probably that always is. I just made the call. Yeah, thanks to Ryan who tried diligently to keep us from talking about Liverpool's loss today, since he's a fan.
We didn't go
but,
too deep on it.
Yeah, we weren't going to give him that luxury, and
Yeah,
yeah.
Social Capital number 2.
yeah, they've hosted us twice, and shit, we'll keep coming back.
It's,
But, hey, this and that's 2 in a row for us.
That's true. We've got 2 weeks back to back.
We were
Toronto.
in a major drought there for most of the start of 2024.
We're trying to make up for it now.
Making up for it, and it's when it counts, right? This is the last
Business
four,
end of the
five,
season,
four
right?
matches, 5 matches of the season
Yep.
of EPL anyway. And obviously,
And a soccer bash coming up at the end of the season.
yeah, we can get more into that. I guess
Oh,
next
we
week.
got plenty
we
of
missed
stuff
we missed a big game over the weekend
Who dat?
in La Liga.
Oh,
El
man.
Clasico.
You know what?
Did you see the goal?
I did
That
not.
wasn't
the lack
a
of
goal.
VAR technology.
Are you talking about Bellingham's winner or what?
No,
Oh.
the kick by the 16-year-old
Yeah,
Gabala,
Lamine
and
Yamal.
they said it wasn't a.
They don't have goal line technology, and the dude literally caught the ball over the line, and they couldn't go look at it because they don't have goal line technology. So
There's some like random cell phone pictures from like fans.
I seen some.
But they're like super far away and weird angles, so
Yeah.
it's really hard to tell, but it looks like it's in.
Yeah, I thought it was in real time. was
So did I.
watching it, but it's
So-
good. You never know.
But I thought the Japanese, the Japan goal that inevitably looked out of bounds but wasn't out of bounds when he
Oh,
crossed
yeah.
it, I thought that was out of bounds. So that was apparently inbounds. So what do you know?
It's hard to get anything right these
Inconsistent,
days,
man.
even with technology.
But I can't believe they don't have goal line technology. Like,
That's
I
crazy.
thought every league had that. So
crazy.
at this point,
Probably only if you play against Madrid, they just wipe it out for that match. Like,
you don't need that.
we'll do it by the eye.
So Bellingham's winner was like in the 92nd minute. Is that
Right.
right?
He's done that twice to him this year.
I didn't see it. I have to admit, I had the match on for a while, and I don't know what happened. But was it a kind of goal? Was it?
I can't even remember now. I think it's just a cross back into him, right?
I thought it was just a pass, and he was on the. I think he was on the near post, and he just kicked it right through into the near post.
Yeah,
I
it
think.
wasn't- That's
So-
twice he's done that to Barcelona this season.
Real's basically got the title wrapped up, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, essentially.
And Inter beat AC Milan the other day, but they were already up by like 13. So.
But they basically wrapped it up as
clinched
well.
it, I believe.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So that's pretty big.
Inter Milan, Real Madrid, Bayer Leverkusen, and we'll wait to see what happens in England.
Did you guys see? I guess Xavi is staying at Barcelona.
Yeah.
So that's one big time position wrapped up.
Did a 180 there. So.
I'm curious if anybody will go for the Inter manager because he's been there. He's done pretty well with the Inter squad. So I'm just curious if maybe one of the bigger clubs might go for him.
He's a great manager.
AC Milan, they're moving on from Pioli. He's out after this season. So
Yeah.
They're gonna be. I think I heard Antonio Conte's next there.
Oh really?
So that makes a lot of sense. But
I wonder what Bayern's going to do because that hasn't really been figured out
that's a
either.
good question.
Man.
They may wait for Alonso, but Alonso may go to Madrid after Ancelotti.
And there's the Euros to come up too, so there might be some guys coaching the Euros
Right.
that have a shot
Yeah.
at big jobs. We'll see.
Yeah.
It's a good point. Good thing to watch.
All right. Well, I guess that's a wrap.
We did it.
2 in a row.
Knocked out another one.
Roll that music, baby.
Thunder up, baby.
Thunder up.